Hi, welcome. Excuse me while I rub my eyes. I still haven't showered. It's Sunday, January 12th. We're doing a reading for Monday motivation. And so, what I was thinking is, here shortly, I do have to go shower and get ready for meeting my parents for lunch. And I thought, well, maybe we could do like the foundational reading for the public on YouTube and then when I get back from lunch, we'll continue into the extended. We'll let those energies settle, fuel up, come back strong. So I haven't had breakfast yet either, and I thought, well, we're gonna have lunch here in a couple hours. Might as well just wait. So, how's that sound? Sound good? Okay. So, Monday motivation. I was feeling a little change of pace here with maybe starting out with some of that fun energy. Like for the week ahead on Monday, we drew this follow your dreams. What was that? What was it? No. Keep your dream. Keep your dream was the card we drew for Monday on the week ahead. It was an angel number card. And keep your dream. And I thought, oh, this beautiful energy emerged for the week ahead reading. I'm still having chills now that I think about it. And it's like, why not use these beautiful babies for our base reading and then clarify with other things? Like, we haven't used something other than the classic for a while, at least all week, probably. At least not for the core message. And I thought, let's do it with these guys. They're very dreamy and whimsical, and they're just fun. And I thought that's a great way to start off Monday. And then who knows, maybe we'll go deep into the extended. So yeah, I already feel like Monday this time is going to be an extended. Last week, I don't remember. I don't think it was. Maybe Tuesday was. I can't remember. It all runs together. So anyway, I did a little prayer beforehand and just said, like, thank you for these messages coming through. I hope they reach the people. Like, now I'm saying this. I was thinking this, but I didn't speak it. This part. Like, I hope whatever comes through, and it's like a knowing. It's not even a hope. It's like, thank you for the messages that are going to land with the people they're meant to land with at the time they're meant to land. And that you can take what resonates and leave the rest. So if I do end up doing an extended, there will be a link in the description. It takes you over to my Patreon. At least that's the setup I've got right now. It might change. It probably will change in the future. But I just feel like some of these deeper messages, like when we go into an extended, it's like a very intimate, deep place where it's like we want that sense of community and support. At least I feel like it's helpful. And so, I'm just now building it. There's no one listening or watching yet. I mean, by the time you see this, obviously somebody's watching. But like, I feel like these messages, they're timeless and they will get to the people when they're meant to get to the people that need to hear them. And like, I feel that way about the content I watch online. In the books I read, it's like sometimes like it's a timing thing. This book might have been written 20 years ago, and I'm like, yes. And you know what's weird? I have come to know this about my book buying self. I'm obsessed a little bit. You know how some people like can't stop buying plants? I can't stop buying books. And I try to put myself on a little rationing system sometimes, like, oh, you just bought a lot, hold off, but it's an intuitive thing. And like when I buy them and I'm like, yeah, I'm not ready to read this yet, I put it on a shelf, and I know all my beautiful babies I look at on my shelves, I'm like, I know when it's going to be time to grab it and like bring it in. And that's how I feel about these messages. I put a date on them for the sake of organization, but I feel like, who knows, maybe it's for me, and I'll go back and watch them and be like, oh, that hits differently now. I don't know what this is all about. I'm like the prayer, tying it all back together, full circle. The reason I do these prayers is to like co-create that communication with spirit, with my higher self, whatever that is, the universe. I don't even know. I don't need to know, other than I'm feeling this like life stuff pulling me forward into this. And I'm like, okay, I trust. I'm listening. Use me. That's been my mantra for now. And I'm like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. Nothing means anything. So, Monday motivation. I've already spent 5 minutes on just wild stuff. I'm going to do chapters someday. You just wait. And it's going to say, skip this nonsense. This is the other stuff you want to hear. So, Spirit, I don't even know. What kind of spread do we want to do? How do you want to speak through? And like, how's this message want to emerge? A little messy, maybe? Yeah, maybe it's Messy Monday. Messy Monday, yes. Let's be messy. Ace of Wands. King of Swords. Four of Cups. The Hermit. It's funny, these all came out in the reverse, and then the Hermit's like, boom. Look how messy that is. It's not all lined up. Oh, overall. I gotta do an overall. Let's put it over here this time. I've never done that. 10 of Cups. Okay, just for my own brain, I gotta turn these around. 10 of Cups is the overall. It's that ultimate, talk about motivation. This is what it's all about. Full on joy, celebration, harmony, togetherness, all of the completion of what the joy you're manifesting in life is leading here. Like following your motivations, your passions is leading to this, like, you're just so rejoiceful. It's like that feeling of having it all, no matter, and it's not a material world thing. It's like, I don't need anything beyond what I have right now. I'm so fulfilled. Fulfillment. Talk about Monday motivation. Messy Monday motivation. Now we have the Ace of Wands. Look at this. It's like the ace. Look at that little paw coming out of the clouds. This is called Paws Tarot, by the way. It's so fun and youthful and just joyful. It reminds me of like Simpsons colors, like that cartoony stuff. Ace of Wands is that divine, fresh gift, that fresh start. It's like you're inspired to take action on these passions. The wands are fire. It's like, I think of it like I have this drive, like the drive of the wand. And look, it's growing, like it's got seedlings sprouting from it. It's like freshness, divine, fresh motivation. And it's like, when it's at the beginning here, I feel like, and that's what the overall is, it's like, this is the start to how it's going to end up. Just saying. And then we have the King of Swords. We just got this actually as a clarification to Monday in the week ahead, didn't we? Was that a surprise? Maybe. Maybe not. So the King of Swords, look at that little, is that like a dog? A pet dog that the cat has? With this butterfly clip on the toga? Which is funny, because the king, you think of masculine, but I love that butterfly there. I just love it. And he's like, I feel like it's a confirmation of the week ahead on Monday. And it's like, what did that say? Follow your dream, know your dream. And that's what this is. This is your dream. Like, follow it. You're motivated. And the King of Swords is still, it feels still like that confident, grounded energy of like, the king is of obviously fire and air, but I say grounded because of the balance between the two of like, he's passionate, He's like divinely inspired with like courage, confidence, of the sword firmly planted on his rock throne. Like there's just such like, there's groundedness in that fire air energy, just like he's confident. I don't know how else to say it. There's a confidence here, which I love that about motivation, because it's kind of related, isn't it? Like when you're motivated, there's this inner fire of confidence that we have, isn't there? Like otherwise it wouldn't be called motivation. If that confidence, if that inspired confidence isn't there, it's not motivation. We kind of feel the opposite of motivated, like I'm just gonna sit here a while and procrastinate maybe, if you don't feel that inspired confidence. And so I feel like inspired and confidence are what this King of Swords is about right now, for what we are about like to embark on, or what we're motivated to manifest in our lives. That's passion energy. And then we have the Four of Cups. We're going to clarify this, but look at it. It's like, so this cat is like at a computer plugging away, and like, so that's so of the material world, isn't it? Look at me holding my armpit up. I think I'm still recovering from last week of body work, like my muscles. And there's this kind of gift of a fresh cup of coffee coming out of the clouds, like that motivation, like this divine, it's still coming out of the cloud. It's the same thing. Like, look, two little sides, like two clouds with arms coming out. Like it's saying, here, you can do it. Here's your motivation, your cup of joe, your caffeination. Caffeination? Yeah. And then these other cups are like, they're like turned upside down by the looks of it. To me anyway. It's like that. Like I'm just focused on the ho-humminess. And then, but Spirit's like, here's your motivation. Like, take it. It's here. And sometimes I feel like there might be this energy of sometimes this vacillating with like, oh man, like I don't see the gifts that are right in front of me sometimes. I don't see like, sometimes I don't feel motivated. Sometimes I just don't. It's like this, like I just forgot that that's what the cat was doing when I did this. It's just sort of like, nah, I'm purposefully staying a little bit stuck, a little bit back, versus like gung-ho forward. So there's some kind of energy here on Monday where like we know what we want, we know where we're going to end up, where we're going, and we have the confidence, but sometimes we're just like there's a little bit of this energy that I want to clarify. I'm really curious about it. And I think the way to do that is saying like the Hermit, go inward, seek your wisdom about this. What is going on inside? This might point to some shadow stuff. Maybe that's why I felt the need to do the extended, is because the Hermit's saying, la la la, this is where we're going. Like, this one is funny because he's like in his sleepy blanket with his little nightlight headed toward the fridge. He's like, I love both of these. Look at all the eyeballs of these cats. They're like this kind of like anyway, that's just like the basics. Let's get a clarification of the overall energy. And because I just feel like the archetypes are relevant here this time, because when you get the Hermit at like the end, like, oh, look where we're going, then I want to highlight like where might the Hermit be leading us inside, like to look at. So Spirit, thank you for these messages. Help us clarify, like, where's the Hermit wanting to illuminate something in the places, in our corners, our dark places, our shadow spaces that we haven't quite illuminated yet. What's the Hermit wanting to reveal? Thank you. New card, please. The Offering. I feel like we haven't gotten that one lately. I know I've gotten it in the past, I think, but not since I've been recording these. LXIV, always with the L's. The offering, the gift, the present, the sacrifice. Unlike many of the other cards in the deck, the offering carries a clear as day message and a call to action. Motivation. As you may have guessed, it is time for something to be given and given up for the sake of the bigger picture. If nothing comes to mind immediately, though it's likely it will, take time in meditation to consider what must be offered and who is to receive it. It's likely you'll feel attachment and hesitancy. You'll make excuses, but recognize the link between the word sacrifice and the word sacred. That was in red. One leads to the other. When we offer up something to the greater good, we lighten our load and become more able to serve. Imagine for a moment if you were to offer your whole self unconditionally to the world. For now, start small. Doesn't this feel like, I'm not ready to offer myself up to the world? And Spirit's like, here's your cup of motivation. What is this? We are about, like, this is like, am I refusing the call of the hero or heroine's journey? You're not refusing it, but there's a little bit like, kind of like that ego energy of like, I had plans for my life. Wait a minute. Like, what are you trying to get me to do? Yeah, inner self. That's why we got to seek our inner wisdom. Like, there's something calling me. So I'm just, and I know it, and I know what it's going to lead to. But part of me is like, wait a minute, I had my own earthly plans of my ego. Let me just think about this. Recognize the link between sacrifice and the word sacred. What are we not ready to sacrifice for the sake of this higher self journey? Talk about messy motivation Monday. When we offer up something to the greater good, we lighten our load and become more able to serve. That's what it's all about. It's like you lighten your load, plus you're serving. It's like good for everybody. Imagine for a moment if you were to offer your whole self, not just like partly, not like holding back, but your whole self unconditionally to the world. For now, start small. Baby steps. We just said something about that in the week ahead where you don't know what the outcome is. You are hopeful for this, but you don't know the end game. And sometimes that keeps us back like, oh my God, it is all related. I love when the day is feeding the week ahead. What was said. Man. So it's like I shared that in my own life because I couldn't see the forest through the trees, that phrase, that it kind of held me back from even entering into the forest. So like and then we got into the whole like metaphor of when you open a door, you step across a threshold, you take that first step. You say, okay, yes, I trust. You go inside that room and you're like, oh my God, there are 5 more doors. I would have never seen those opportunities had I not crossed over the threshold of the first one. So that's the idea here. It's like, for now, start small. Oh, just knock on that first door. We don't have to know it all. Man, when light, generosity, donation, volunteering. When dark, giving with expectations, keeping track. Go deeper. Odin's sacrifice of his eye in Norse mythology. I don't know anything about mythology, but I want to. Those are those books on my shelf that I'm like, someday, maybe in retirement, whatever that means, I'll be like, I have time to get into mythology. Once a week, Gandhi gave up speaking for a day, offering himself to divine silence. The offering can come in all shapes and sizes. I was just listening to a podcast where they reflected on Gandhi's life quite heavily yesterday. If there's a gift you've been thinking of giving someone special, now is the time. So it's the offering. Offering your whole self unconditionally to your higher purpose. Not playing it safe. Ooh, talk about motivation. Holy crap, guys. That is a good overall energy for this. Like the offering. And look, even Spirit, it's like reciprocal. Then Spirit's like, yeah, here, go for it. I'm offering it back to you. What you give, you get. Isn't that a song? Didn't I tell you I wasn't going to drink more of this? Can't be trusted. Well, here we are, 20 minutes in. We did the base gurgle. I have a little bit of time before I need to hop in the shower. So we're just going to give. We're going to go a little further before shower, lunch, extended. I think this banana wants a little, for no reason at all. Sorry. This feels so good. This idea that the motivation we're seeking for Monday. What was that again? You guys, I keep forgetting. Keep your dream. I'm going to put it on top so I can I'm just going to bring this out, okay? Because I think it's related. And this was the card, Keep Your Dream, for Monday. And I'll just put it right here too. I'll just bridge this first and second card here. And by the way, I forgot. This is the overall because I'm used to putting it on my left. It's going right here with the Ten of Cups because I said, let's clarify that overall message. So forgot to put that over there. I'm bridging this like Ace of Wands. First card with the King of Swords is what we got in the week ahead reading for Monday. So that's why I want to put this here. Keep your dream. I want to remember that. It's all related. I really feel that. And there's something about like this, it's that the offering of like give your whole self unconditionally. Does this little fur baby look like he's giving him his full self? No. He's like, I'm a little bit about my ego right now. Like it's got to be my idea. It's got to be my idea. What's our hesitation? What is that? I want to clarify for you guys because I feel like we're going to go deep into like why that's even with us. So what is it? What is it? Ooh. What is our hesitation? Wisdom of the shadow? Are we going there? These get deep, guys. These get a little uncomfortable sometimes. That's okay. I had this feeling from the start that while there's a positive message here, there's an extended reading coming because it's going to get personal and deep. But that's where change happens. That's where change happens. And I feel like those fives in there are saying transformation in numerology 5. It's hard, it's struggle, it's change, it's transformation. Monday's calling us to transform, to offer our whole self. But what's our hesitation right now? Ooh, vague, but we're going somewhere. Pain. This does feel like pain, doesn't it? Like when you have that like protection energy, like this is like, ooh. Nope, I'm not ready to feel. It's all from my ego right now. My ego wants to win out on something, and there's pain that I'm not wanting to feel just in its entirety yet. Okay, before we read pain, because I think I'll save this as when we go into the extended, I'll read the full card meaning on pain. I kind of want to dance around a little bit. It's Messy Monday. Messy Monday motivation. So we'll save this for going into the extended to dive deep into what this pain is all about. I have a feeling we're going to pull some Dixit cards. I haven't played with these in a while. I'm going to set them here as a reminder. I always have to leave breadcrumbs for myself because of menopause brain. It's unpredictable on when things are going to be remembered. So true. If you know, you know. or if you live with somebody who's the same way, you know, if you know, you know. It's like walking into a room, and it's like, I feel like the threshold, that doorway or threshold between each room in your house, my house, is like some device that just wipes your brain clean. Like, wait, where am I? What is this room? Why am I here? Why did I come in here? Why am I moving through here? And then it's like, I gotta back up. Literally, sometimes I'll just walk backwards across the threshold and be like, oh yeah, okay. It is for real, guys. Keep your estrogen. Just kidding. Anyway, I just feel like I want to dance around. There's something about threshold. Like, what's keeping us from moving over the threshold? Because like that word keeps coming up. Where is it? Where is it? No, it's tarot. It's not that. It is. I feel, oh, we're doing it. Let's move my little gems around. Movie tarot. Because of threshold, the hero's journey, it's like archetypal. We pulled the archetypes cards. Movies are archetype stories. Like, they're all based in those human archetypal energies, and then they play out in very specific ways, in modern ways, you know. So I feel like with this movie tarot, let's clarify, not quite, maybe some pain, but maybe like something about this hesitation energy. Maybe give us a little guidance or clarity on how to work with it, move through it, alchemize it. Thank you, Spirit. There's the 10 of Cups. Dudes, 10 of Cups. This is telling me, like, think about the end game. We heard that picture. We heard that story, that message, all the words, that message in the week ahead. It was like, don't get mired down in the details. That's what we're doing here. Like, oh, I had this plan and all these details. And like, no, 10 of Cups is like, keep your eye on the big picture, the overall energy. This is where we're going, duh. Confirmation. Queen of Cups, guys. Oh my God, this is like water and water intuition. That was another part of our reading too for the week ahead. It was just like, stay in that flow state, that heart space, not up here. Look at his head. That's all ego. This is like calling us back down into the heart space. And then the 5 of Wands. Ooh, that's interesting. You know why? I'll tell you why. Let's move that back there. So, and the 5 of Wands, ooh, is like that. I couldn't have planned this any better, but when I keep saying ego, the ego card for me in tarot, okay, all readers will say, yeah, like, there's general meaning. I shouldn't say all. I'm just a baby reader. Like, I'm new to this. They'll be like, girl, you shut your mouth. You don't know anything. You've not been doing this as long as I have. But anyway, I won't presume to speak about other readers. But for me, the 5 of Wands literally always has an ego element to it. It's like, it's not always bad either. And I don't know why I always hold this shoulder. I feel like there's always an itch here that I just want to hold. So go with it. So the 5 of Wands is always like that. There's always, for me, some element of ego in there. Like, my idea, this is the right one. And remember, I kept saying that about this guy. Like, I have my idea about how things are supposed to go. And I'm hesitant about, like, offering my whole self up unconditionally because I have some conditions I'm grasping onto. I have attachments. I have attachments to these things. I can't just offer my whole self up unconditionally into free fall, you know? And it's like 5 of Wands. It's like that. Everybody's got their own idea. And it's like this, like, it's like that. This is my idea. My concept of how things are supposed to go. And the Queen of Cups, so it's like a story here. It's like, remember the big picture. That's what you really want, and that's where we're going. Get on board, buddy. And then the Queen of Cups is like, and the way to get on board is just get from here to here and feel it fully and get in that flow state. And then the Five of Wands is saying, I see you. You're all ego right now. Come on. I don't know, guys. That just feels so true to me. There's something about the pain we need to look at that's keeping us right here, not fully offering our full self up unconditionally. It's a hesitation energy. It's an ego energy. I think I'm going to stop there and finally shower for the sake of all of those people involved today. Yeah. And I've got a lot to do. I've got a lot of packing and unpacking to do and then because once this week is off and running, I work straight to the airport. I don't even have time to do more laundry. So it's like I got to pack some overnight bags that I'm not even planning to take with me on my main trip. And so there's a lot of very specific toiletry planning. I don't have to be this way. I really don't. But I kind of love it. I love it so much. I love packing. I've told people this online. I'm like, it was a year ago. I was feeling into the same energy. And in fact, I felt it when I went down to the same place 1 year ago. I was just looking around at my bags and I'm like, and then I posted online like just a silly person. I was like, you guys, if anyone ever needs help packing for a trip, let me help you. I love it. I think I'm good at it. If it is like annoying for you, I didn't say all these words, but in hindsight, I'm like, basically the feeling of this message out there to my friend group was like, if it's not your thing, let me do it. And then it's a win-win. Yes. So, I just love, and I was a consultant. I was on the road every week, on the flights every week. And it was like, I still love it. I don't know why. And my husband, I'm going to tell on him, like, he's come around. He understands now. We each have our strengths. Like, I tell him what he does that I do not like to do, and he does it so well, and he loves to do it. He loves to vacuum. Oh, he loves it. And then there was this cartoon that called it the roll sucker. He loves roll sucking the carpet. We don't have much carpet, but the stuff we do, he loves roll sucking it. And I think it was Nathan Pyle, Pyle, those cute alien cartoons online. I love that guy's stuff. The way his brain works is right up my alley. And then I tell him, I'm like, he's always like, I don't think we can fit more, like, for example, leftovers in that container. We're going to need another container. And I'm like, hold my beer. I don't say that. I don't drink beer anymore for now. I love a good beer. Oh my God, don't you? Oh, I love a good beer. Anyway, so I'm just like, honey, why don't you sit down, or why don't you go vacuum some carpet while I take care of this? And I'm like, boom, fits perfectly. Not even trying. I can look at something and with a very little thought, it's an instinctual thing. I can be like, fits. Or I can look at it and say, no, I'm going to need 2 containers. Yeah, I'm going to need 2. The second one will only be, I'll know how much too. It's just an instinctual thing. I don't know where it comes from. I can pack for camping, and I love gathering and planning everything like that. And I can look at the back of my car, pop up the hatch or whatever, and be like, I know exactly how much is going to fit in here, and I know which way I'm going to put it. I used to love playing Tetris. You do not mess with the Tetris OG players. Like, you do not. And his oldest son, like, I love him so much. I love all the kids. What I love about him is that his love for Tetris is like unmatched, and he is so good. He has far surpassed me. But we share that love of Tetris, and we are both good. He's like way beyond me now. I don't play anymore, really, but I still love it. And the way things fit together, and the way, like, you can, like, stack things, so like, when you cover up a hole and you're like, oh, but I know what I'm doing. Like, there's a method to my madness, and then it's just going to fit in there and boom, everything disappears. That's not really the same analogy of packing for camping, because you don't want your stuff to disappear. But you get it, right? Like, we all have our gifts that we want to, like, that other people don't enjoy. And it's that gift of miracles again, guys. Everything's going back to that main concept I keep taking from the Course in Miracles. If you haven't watched my reflections on these, you might like them, or pick up this book and do it yourself. But it's like, I temporarily have this thing, or I have this gift, or that I have this passion. You don't even have to call it a gift. I have this passion that just, like, I love to share, and you don't like to do that thing. Let me gift it to you, and vice versa. Like, he gifts me the joy of roll sucking the carpet, and like so many other things. And like, I just love packing. So that was a long story. I'm sorry, we were supposed to end this like 6 minutes ago. We'll just call this the outro message. Like, bye.